Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Literary Mad Max, and this week I'm going to be reading some of my horror arcs that come out in October. There's so many good books coming out in October. It's actually very stressful, and I have 5 that I want to get to this week. They all come out this month, so I would like to get to them to be able to talk about them before they come out. And you'll see which ones I'll be talking about in this vlog, but I am starting with King Sorrow by Joe Hill. It is a thick book. It's very thick, and it took me a while to get through, so those clips are spread out a little bit, but other than that, I think that everything went really well. So let's get into the vlog. Okay, I have my first update on King Sorrow. I'm about 150 pages in, which is not incredible in a 900-page book. But before that, I've been gone for 4 or 5 days, and I have 6 packages of books. So I thought we could open them together, because then at least if they're content, I feel this much less bad about it. This first one is a Pango package, because this is not an author that I would like to support, and I didn't even want to show interest at my local library about this author, but I am involved in a book club that I would like to participate in, so I did pay $2 on Pango for this book. And that is Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. And it's honestly in pretty nice condition for $2. I can't be mad about that. Yeah, this author, bad. However, I needed it for book club. What should we open next? I think I want to open everything that I know what it is first, and then we'll go on to the surprises. So the next thing is something I got from Barnes & Noble. My credit card, one of my credit cards, the points on it, you can use either to pay back your balance, but that's boring, or you can get gift cards with it. I always do a Barnes & Noble gift card, and then I take advantage of the pre-order sale. And that's typically the only time that I do something from Barnes & Noble, unless it's a Barnes & Noble exclusive, because I try really, really hard to shop indie if I can. The Barnes & Noble edition of Among the Burning Flowers, and I think the Barnes & Noble edition just means that it's sprayed edges. I still haven't read A Day of Fallen Night, but this was the only one that I thought of to pre-order at the time that I wanted to get in on the pre-order sale, so this is the one I got. I'm excited to get to it though. Next we have my Illumicrate, and I'm really excited about this one. I love a Gideon the Ninth anything. There's a lot of bookmarks here. This rocks. This is really cool, and I will be keeping all of these. Night in the Moth inspired bookshelf bunting. I don't know what a bookshelf bunting is. Oh, is it like a garland? Why can't they just say that? Not everything needs a special name. I can't say that I'm going to use that. We have a cosmetics bag inspired by Tamora Pierce's series. It's actually not that bad, quality-wise. Also, I know you can hear Rocket eating. I am sorry, but he just, like, chooses to eat every time I film, and I can't be bothered to wait right now. The Illumicrate pick is The Second Death of Locke, and it's so beautiful. I loved this book. It's so good. I am not really accepting criticism on it at this time. But it's, what's that? Oh, it's stunning. The Yearning is great. It's so good. So good. I love this. And speaking of The Second Death of Locke, I have sneaking suspicion on what this package is. And yeah, I was sad that they put a sticker all over the box, because I may have kept it. I'm a printed box keeper. That is one of my major flaws. There's stuff in it. Yeah, I'm still keeping this box. I can't. I'm gonna cry. This is so cool. I can't believe it's not getting a hardback release, but this is it. Oh, it's so pretty. I saw someone recently get a page break tattooed, and this is in this book, and I kind of want to get that tattooed. I got a little promotional bookmark, a nameplate, love, loyalty, sacrifice, and some art cards. That's cool as shit. I love that. I just thought it would be the book, even though it was in this cool box. Don't look. But it's very cool. I'm very stoked on that. If you love Yearning, that is a good book. Okay, and then I have these, both from HCP. One of them, I believe, a book I requested, and then I'm part of like an influencer thing where they send you emails, and at the very bottom of one of their emails, they were like, enter to win a box of random books. So I did that, and I won. Which is kind of exciting. I also have more books coming to me this week, and I was gonna wait till I had all of them, but I'm just not good at waiting to open packages. I like opening packages. One of the proofs I got, that's incredible. Bat Eater and Other Names for Corzine by Kylie Lee Baker. That's so cool. I really like this book. A memoir by Tommy Dorfman. I don't know if I know who this is. I got Beasts of Carnival, which I am hoping to read soon anyway. I have the e-arc of it, but it's nice to have the physical copy. Mia Sheridan. That sounds really familiar. All new epic second chance new adult romance. And this one feels significantly lighter and is probably only one book. It's been a good book mail day today. I Love You Don't Die by Jade Song, who is the author of Chlorine. This is so exciting to have in my hands. So I was gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Well, I guess I'm back today. So gone like 4-ish days. And this many books came. But to be fair, I've already read 3 of those. It's really not that bad. I'm not mad at it. Oh, I should probably give you my King of Sorrow update before my SD card runs out of storage. This, we're following Arthur, who is a college student. I think it's the 70s, 1989. And he's at this really prestigious college studying like history. All of his friends are very snobbish. Most of them are very rich. It kind of is reminding me of The Secret History so far, and just like the friend interactions. And his mom is in jail, but she's not like a typical inmate. She accidentally got a cop killed while doing like activist work, and she's so happy to be in jail. But there is another person that's targeting his mom in jail, and the offspring of that woman is like, hey, you have to steal books for us and get us money. And he is stealing books from the library, really expensive ones, and they finally steal one with like human skin and summon a dragon to get rid of these people. And they do this in a drug-induced haze. So they're like, haha, this isn't real, and then it is real, and it's everybody's problem. And that's kind of where we're at. This is set up in like 5 different books in 5 different time periods, so I don't know if we're following the same characters, but this does feel like it's kind of like at the halfway point on its way to wrapping up, because this is the first book and this gap is where I'm at. So I'm not as excited for book 2, but it's set in 1995, and I think I'll be a little bit more interested in that time period. And Arthur, the person that we're following, is like wanting to be a good guy, but also not feeling like a good guy, and kind of resigned in the fact that he's not a good guy and making 0 effort to attempt to be better. So am I enjoying him? Kind of, but also he's a very frustrating main character to read from, and Joe Hill is clearly his father's son in the way the writing is going. But I will continue because I'm not hating it, and I kind of want to see where at least the first book goes. I'm hoping to get this done within a couple days, which is a little bit ambitious for me since I have no access to the audio or the ebook, but we'll see. And I will give you another update maybe once I make my way in a bit into book 2, which will probably give me a couple more 100 pages into the book. Yeah. And then I will give another update and we'll see where we're at. And I will probably have more book mail to show you because I think I have 2 books coming in tomorrow. Crazy. But anyway, that's the update. Sorry if the lighting is ass, but I have so many things to talk to you about. I need to update you about King Sorrow. This is my first Joe Hill, and oh my god, does he write exactly like his dad. His dad is Stephen King, if for some reason you didn't know that. And it's the same. It could be him, just like under a pseudonym, so that he can write more books. I don't understand. But there's time jumps, and the time jumps are designated by books. And I'm done with 3 books. I'm on page like 670 or something like that. I'm almost to the last book, I think. I'm in the middle of book 4. And it's like he wanted all of these ideas that could have been separate books in one book, and that's why it's 900 pages. Book 1, they were kind of figuring out the lore of King Sorrow, and they had to pick their first person to kill. They didn't know that they had to kill someone every year on Easter, but like dragons are tricky with their wording. The second book is about Allie, who is so gay for one of the twins in this friend group, but she married the boy twin, which is just tough on its own. They got on this plane so that King Sorrow's the dragon's name wouldn't kill everyone on the plane, but again, the wording is tricky. So they had to try and survive. and only have the one bad dude killed. And then in book 3, the twins get captured by like this governmental entity and questioned and tortured about King Sorrow because it's been 6 or 7 years now and they're tracking that these mysterious deaths are happening. And then in book 4, one of the people in the friend group is super rich, bald, giving very big like tech bro Jeff Bezos vibes, and has been kind of manipulating everybody into who to kill, and is very like algorithm and almost like OCD tendencies too. And he ends up killing another person in the friend group, the first person that we get introduced to. They keep killing the people that I like, and I'm wondering if I'm gonna find myself less into this. And we started in the 70s or 80s, I think 89 actually, and now we're in 2015. So we're also kind of just seeing how tech has blown up too. That's like kind of a side plot of this. And I think it's going to be a 3.5 star by the time I finish it, to be totally honest. It was fun to read in the graveyard though. I did include clips of that. I will be going back. It is a great place to read. It's like a historical cemetery, so it's like fine to exist there. It's not like people are currently actively grieving these family members. So it was very, just like a great time. I also stopped by Midlumber. I run their book clubs for them and do some other stuff. And I sometimes get free books. And some of these were pre-orders. Some of them were trades, I guess. I have a little book haul for you in summary. Slashed Beauties by A. Rushby. I love this cover. This is about 3 statues who come to life and kill men. And that's all I really need to know about that. And then Bryn Weaver released a new book called Tourist Season. I didn't love book 2 in the Ruinous Love trilogy. I really liked Butcher and Blackbird. I have not heard very good things about book 3, but I wanted to try this. I do love this cover. I think it'll be really fun. I think it's about 2 camp counselors who are also serial killers, but there's a mysterious third killer that they have to figure out. And that just sounds very fun to me. Like, look at them hiding little weapons behind them. I'm not super into contemporary romance, but when you have just like an absolutely absurd plot, I'm way more into it. So I'm very excited about this one. The Extra by Annie Neugebauer. I'm not super sure on that one. This is a little novella. We love a horror novella. 10 people head out on a backpacking trip, but the first night 11 set up camp. Everyone remembers everyone else. Who is the extra? Yeah, I remember reading the synopsis and I was like, I obviously need to read this. So it's just over 100 pages. This will be good when I need like just something quick and short and want to bump up my reading goal, because I bumped it up too far this year and I'm behind. I don't know if I'm gonna like succeed in that. The last few months I've just been busy with other things and haven't had a ton of time or a ton of like willpower to concentrate and read. And then I have Lost in the Garden by Adam S. Leslie. This is kind of like Midsummer vibes. There was someone on TikTok that recommended this. She kind of blew up for like weird girl recommendations. I can't remember her name. And it just sounded really good. I haven't seen a ton of other people talk about it. I don't know. I really like Midsummer. And then I got another Brahm book. I've only read Slewfoot, but I love Slewfoot. And I'm hoping to read Krampus this winter, but this book is neither of those. This is Lost Gods. And I love Brahm's artwork. It's so pretty. I don't want to look at more because I don't want to spoil myself. I don't really know that it would like contextually spoil me, but maybe. Lost Gods is like Robert Johnson singing ghostly blues on the shores of a haunted river in hell. It's like Dante played out in muggy rural graveyards in the depths of purgatory on the eve of the demonic war. Lost Gods is an adventure tale with a mythic odyssey. It's the kind of story lovers whisper in stolen cars, burning rubber from the world down to the very edge of the abyss. Okay, I want to read Richard Kadrey. I don't know if he's a good guy or not, but I want to read his books after he wrote that blurb. You know how some authors, the blurbs they get are just like incredible, or it's like one word, or like not even necessarily complimentary, and then there's stuff like that and you're like, oh, I need to read this book, but also read the author that blurbed it. That was more books than I needed for sure, and I'm really hoping to finish this tonight. We'll see. I probably have too much of it to finish in the next few hours. I'm about 200 and change pages away from finishing. I'm going to put 2 hours onto my focus friend that Hank Green did. My little guy is starting to have a room. I have talked about this, I think, only in vlogs that I've scratched, so you've probably not seen him before, but I think it's looking very cute. I don't think that I'll be able to finish this in 2 hours. I'm quite the slow reader and this book is quite slow for me, but I'm gonna try and lock in. Let's do that. I can't hold up King Sorrow for you anymore because I've lent it out already, but I did finish it. It was a Libro FM ALC for October, which is fine. I read most of it physically and it would have been nice to have the audiobook, but you know, I can read with my eyeballs. I am capable of doing that. And I am giving it like somewhere in the mid-3 range for rating. I liked it, but it wasn't exceptional and it was too long, too many ideas in it. And all the characters were so pretentious. It wasn't super focused on dark academia for most of it, other than the way the characters behaved. They were so dark academia. They were annoying, pretentious, and just all of those things. And they kept killing off my favorite characters. I thought the ending was pretty heartbreaking, but like very satisfying. So I enjoyed it. And the audiobook, if you are interested in the audiobook, is a full cast. So that's really nice. I think the audiobook was pretty well done. I didn't obviously listen to most of it, but maybe like the last couple hours of the audiobook. So I got a little bit of a gist of it, and there were sound effects and stuff. I thought it was really well done and would have liked to listen to more of it that way, but it's fine. On to the next book. Okay, so I'm about halfway done through Works of Vermin. I was going to update you earlier, but I've been having a really hard time articulating what this book is about exactly. We're following, I think, 2 perspectives. Guy is this exterminator that's this very rich city, but there's like a huge wealth disparity. This is definitely a commentary on capitalism. And he has to sign up to kill this gigantic worm, like huge, because he's trying to make sure his sister doesn't go into debt and like have to work and stuff for some reason. And in this world, scents are a very big thing. They call them perfumes. Sorry, I got cut off. And then the other point of view is this like assistant maid attendant of this very rich family. And she also has this like disease situation happening where she like coughs up her guts, literally. It's pretty gross. And just how they all kind of interconnect in this city. That's the best that I can articulate it. I feel like I keep missing things and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because I'm listening to the audiobook and it's just not clicking the way it would if I was reading it physically. That's what I have time for. I guess I do have the physical book, but I just don't have time with all the other stuff I'm reading right now to sit down and read this one since I have the audiobook. But I so far would not recommend it on audio unless you're just like sitting there and giving it your 100% attention, which I don't usually do with audiobooks. But I feel like I'm hearing everything that's happening. It's just not like, it's not clicking, you know? So I'm going to try and lock in for the second half of this book. So I finished Works of Vermin and I honestly don't have a whole lot more to articulate for you. I was confused through the entirety of this book. I also think part of it was that there were multiple timelines and I didn't realize that until it was far too late to be not confusing for me. I like the concept of the perfumes and the way the scents worked in this world, and the main guy that we were following was super loyal and I like that in a main character. But other than that, I found it very confusing and hard to follow, and maybe that's on me, maybe that's a me issue, so maybe you would like it better. But for the reason of me not absolutely loving it and enjoying it, I am going to give it a 3.25, which maybe on a reread it would be different, but that's not what I'm doing right now. So for now, it's a 3.25. We also went to the pumpkin patch. It was very fun. I got a very fun fall sweatshirt and I got some caramel corn and some cheddar corn mixed together. I don't know, not super my thing, but he really likes it. And we got big pumpkins. I don't know if you saw the really big one with the really big stem, but Elliot got this absurdly large pumpkin and kept getting compliments on it. I've had neighbors walk by and compliment the pumpkin, which is insane. It does look absurd with the space that we have outside, but it's very fun and I'm happy to have pumpkins. So all the fall things, and on to the next book. I had a hat on all day, so that's why we're looking like this. But what I think I want to read now is something physically. I actually got a lot of the books that I was hoping to read as audio arcs, so I'm pivoting. Now to something I only have on my Kindle, and I also would like to read something on the shorter side. So what I think I'm going to pick up next is Vampires at Sea by Lindsay Meerbaum. This is very short. I think I should be able to finish it tonight, hopefully. That would be great. That would really move me along. I just need to be moved along right now. I don't know a whole lot about this. I know that it is not getting good ratings on Goodreads right now. Just I think from early readers, I don't think it's quite out yet. I believe it's October 2nd, and I don't think that it came out October 1st. It'll come out at some point though, and it's just a little novella. The cover is what really intrigued me on this one. So we're on a boat. I just am a few pages in at this point, and I'm assuming we're from the perspective of a vampire. And I will report back halfway through, and it would be fun to see how long it would take me. Because, tangent real quick, I took a speed reading test because I don't feel like I read very quickly with my eyeballs, but it said that I was a speed reader and that my comprehension was like, okay. So I think it's just a distraction thing. So what I'm going to do is put my little bean guy up. The most you can do is 2 hours, which I have done before. The only bad thing is that if you skip your like app timer, then it doesn't count. But I'm gonna put up him for 2 hours and see how far into this book I can get. Camera died last night, and then that was before the 2 hours were up, and then I finished the book before the 2 hours were up on my little Focus Friend app. So then I went and started doing something else because ADHD, and then I never came back to you. I'm so sorry, but I finished Vampires at Sea. It was fine. It's about 2 vampires. They're married and they go on this gay cruise that they had been sent in a flyer for in the mail, and they meet this person called Heaven, and Heaven is a shapeshifter, they find out, and extremely manipulative and kind of breaks them up. That's kind of it. It's only 160 pages. It was fine. I'm giving it like 3.5 stars. It's not really horror, I would say. I would call it more like speculative fiction, maybe a little bit darker speculative fiction, but speculative fiction. So that's fine. I think I'm going to start, I kind of have a lot going on of things I have to do today, so I'll probably start my next audiobook, which would be The Graceful Patient by Caitlin Starling. I believe that comes out October 14th. Hopefully you'll see this before then, but we'll see. I'm also going to the Portland Night Market, and it's like Halloween spooky fall themed, so I'll try and film a little bit there, but I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do. It's been kind of cold, kind of rainy, very exciting. I'm going to put on a sweater. I'm so excited. It's been like almost 90 degrees here, and now it's just absolutely flipped the switch to cold and rainy. And am I gonna get sick of it in like a month? Yeah, but right now I'm very excited. So that'll be great. And it's Friday, thank God. Yeah, and today's just gonna be a really good day. And I will update you on what I think about The Graceful Patient. We only have 2 books left. That's great. Good morning. I just took an everything shower. It's actually probably not even morning anymore, but I wanted to give an update on the Grace TV patient because I'm like 40% into it. If you have health anxiety, this might be a skip for you. It's just all about that. Our main character has cancer and is in kind of this trial treatment and basically has no support system. So that part's really scary, and she's starting to see things in the hospital that she's in. All she really has for contact are her nurses, and allegedly she can leave whenever she wants. She's almost left a couple times, but whether it's just the anxiety of leaving or if it's something more sinister, we're not super sure yet. The walls seem like they're breathing sometimes. The hospital itself feels like it's alive, but only sometimes. And also everything that she's going through treatment wise could cause hallucinations. So it's like that, is this real, is this not real kind of situation. It is stressing me out, and I'm liking it so far. I'm listening and reading it. I have access to both right now, and the audiobook's pretty good. I don't know if I've listened to the narrator before. Z Sands, I think, is their name. They're doing a great job being stressed out the whole time, which is pretty much the main character's whole thing. And like, I would be stressed out too, so I get it. That is my update on the book. I also want to give you an update on what we're doing today, because we have a full day, so buckle in for that. I need to clean. I need to send some emails. I need to film some short form stuff. I need to start editing. We also need to go to Michael's, and we need to go to Home Goods. I haven't decorated for fall yet, so we're doing that today, and I need a autumnal blanket to go on the couch because we have a white couch and 3 pets, so we put a blanket on the couch as a form of like a couch cover, because actual couch covers are very expensive, and then I can change them out throughout the season. And then I need to go to Michael's because I saw like this kind of situation on Pinterest and on TikTok, and I want to do that to my Kindle. So we're gonna arts and crafts, we're gonna decorate, it's gonna be a good day. I also need to bake cookies because I have buttermilk that I'm probably not going to use otherwise, and I'm going to do like a buttermilk pancake cookie situation that I think will be really good. So I also need to make another coffee because I am also tired. I went to the Portland night market last night, which I'd never done before. It was very fun. It was like Halloween themed. I didn't get a ton of footage because it was very overwhelming mostly, and I was also just like enjoying myself. I did get one thing that I can show you in just a sec. I've bought from this printmaker before, and I think they're so cute. That's another thing we need to get Michael's. We need to get like sticky tack so I can put up all of this artwork that I keep buying and then not hanging up, and then it just starts to get crumpled and stuff. So I should make a list. I also need to order from Costco. I hate going to Costco, and pretty much the only time that I can go is during the weekends when it is the worst place on earth. So my biggest guilty pleasure is ordering Instacart from Costco. I'm gonna keep listening to my book and eat my breakfast, and then I'll get back to you. This is a crazy angle, and I think a new angle, but my Instacart order is here, so we're gonna go put that away, and then I will give you an update on the Grace View patient because I'm actually almost done with it. The audiobook is going by very fast. It's not a very long book. I think it's just over 300 pages, and it definitely doesn't need to be any longer than it is, but I definitely have thoughts too, so we'll get there. It's editing Madison, and I realized I never like actually wrapped up the Grace View patient. I gave it 4 stars. It stressed me out super bad. I don't think that it gave me that 5-star feeling, but I would definitely recommend it. It was very stressful, but if you have like health anxiety or medical anxiety, maybe skip this one, because that's like the whole book is just medical anxiety. I also have medical anxiety, but it just worked as a horror for me. Just know your triggers and stuff, like with every horror book and just like every book in general. But yeah, that's all. Next book. I had to go to Michael's twice because I don't know where they got lost, but I lost the jump rings that I purchased. But we did it. Isn't that fun? It's like a little charm fidget situation, and it's like celestial. And this is the cover of my Kindle case, and then it has like the stars and they're also still stars here, but it has it on the front and the back. I think that's very fun. And then I didn't do a pop socket because it has like a strap on the case, and even with the little heart thing that's peeking out, I can still hold it and use it the way that it is intended. And then I have a little jingly thing. I'm very excited about it. And then I made one for one of my friends, so hopefully they want it and like it. There's a little fairy moon situation on the bottom. I think she's cute. And I am now 27% of the way into Herculean, and we are following a trans woman. I can't remember her name because she does a lot of internal monologuing, which is not good for remembering a main character's name. But she was kind of working this dead end. I'm also going to be putting away laundry while we're chatting. But she was working this sort of dead end job. It was at a children's clothing store, but then she got fired and was just absolutely pissed about it and is kind of self-imploding a little bit. She also has this group of, like, a good community of trans women in New York that she goes and does things with. But because she got fired and she kind of like needs to figure out a place to stay, she goes to her ex's commune that's for trans women. They're all adults. I thought this was like a summer camp situation, but everyone there is an adult. And it's giving very much culty. The cult aspect and just the way the internal monologue of the main character, it's reminding me a lot of Moonflow, which I did not like. So I'm a little bit apprehensive about this one. I'm liking this one a little bit more, but it is also just as like sexual, like that's all she thinks about. She at one point was filming for someone else's OnlyFans or something like that, and was so horny that she couldn't form full sentences. Maybe I just never felt that way, but that felt crazy to me. And she's on this commune. Allegedly she can leave, but her car broke down, and she also, from a young age, has seen, basically it's described like sleep paralysis demons, or like the Hat Man for Benadryl, if you've heard of that. That's kind of what she sees, but it feels more real to her than I think a normal person would feel. So she has like oils and stuff that she carries around, but I think she's starting to see them during the day, which is the big issue. Not good to see a sleep paralysis demon during the day. And she's also kind of seeing her ex again, kind of not, which is just like a messy situation in and of itself. And everybody, like everyone in this commune, has at some point been involved with Allie, the person that our main character is now girlfriends again with. So that's just like a whole issue too. It's very messy, like interpersonally. And I'm really waiting for the horror to start. That really hasn't started yet. It has been interesting enough that that's been fine with me, but I would really, really like for the horror to start. It's a short book though, so it should hopefully start soon. It's under 300 pages, So hopefully, you know, things get moving in the right direction and it's not just like catty like it has been. But yeah, we'll see. It's been such a busy day. I have not had time to read for this vlog yet. I went on a 7-mile hike and my body hurts. And then I had a fantasy book club. We read a Neil Gaiman book, which I was not stoked about, but it did give fall vibes. So, you know, not great, but it was good to see everybody. I love that book club. We're having Friendsgiving next month. I'm so excited. And then we watched an episode of The Three Body Problem. Elliot and I are making our way through that, and he made dinner, which was so nice of him. We had pulled barbecue chicken sandwiches. It was great. And then now I'm going... Do you hear that? It's so good. I'm going to try and finish Herculean. And then get this vlog up at some point tomorrow. Probably edit it in the morning. I need to get better at editing vlogs as I'm filming them. And I'm really excited about the one that I'm starting next week, but not getting ahead of my horses or anything. So we're gonna try and get farther in this. Right now, our main character has figured out that it's a cult that she's at. And they're doing drugs and making sacrifices. And she's just trying not to get hurt, I think. For the most part, Ash is being chill for now, but it feels like things could escalate very quickly. And I guess I'll find out. I will update you probably before I'm done. I think I have about 100 pages though, because this book isn't very long. I finished Herculean and my battery's almost dead, so we're gonna make this really, really quick. I'm giving it like 3.75 stars. They started summoning these huge bug gods and impregnating some of the trans women, and our main character was like, I think I'm gonna opt out actually. And her ex slash not ex slash she was having sex with somebody else was like, you actually have to opt in. But then one of her friends from New York came and kind of got her a bunch of end of the world apocalyptic kind of things happened, but she got out back to New York and was just in a diner with her friends chatting. It ended very like abruptly, quickly, a little bit too quickly for me. That's part of the reason for my rating. And it just like is probably not going to leave a huge impression on me, but I liked it well enough. I would recommend it to the right person. And now I'm going to bed because I'm exhausted, and I will catch up with you in the morning and end this vlog. That's it. That's the 5 books that I've read this vlog. I didn't have anything I absolutely hated, but I didn't have a new 5-star or really anything above a 4-star, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. We'll get them in the next one. I think this vlog went really well. I got to do a lot of fun fall things too, which was really exciting. Thank you for making it all the way through. I think this was a bit of a longer one. If you made it this far, leave me a dragon for King Sorrow, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.